This is Matt from the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast, and when you're done listening to this episode of Blind Tag, make the hot tag and check out the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast, shiningwizards.com, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Geek Life Radio, Audio Boom, and more.
Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio and more.
Hello out there in the podcast world. Once again, you've reached the Blind Tag. And once again, we're back with you. I'm happy. I'm Big Dick Gideon. I got Dante next to me. I got Kryim.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Where
welcome back to all of us, actually. We're working.
Yeah.
You're working?
Working. We're making that paper.
You gotta get that cheddar?
Yeah, gotta make that cheddar.
More money. More money.
Millions
More
of
money.
dollars.
More money.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. So we've been gone, what, a couple weeks?
Yeah, about 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple weeks.
We did do a podcast that we still have to put together, but due to illness, it hasn't been spliced together yet, and that is from the Fat Frank JAP
Yes.
Wrestling Memorial Show. It was a good show.
It was a good
It was
show.
a long show.
Very long.
Very long show. Sorry, I'm fighting a very bad cold here, so I apologize.
We are winging it today.
We're winging it as per usual. That is usually that's our style, I think.
Yeah.
But
Is there a style called winging it? 'Cause
Yeah.
Just making shit up as we go?
yeah,
That's why it's called winging
that's
it.
called. Really? Did you just?
Wow.
Come on.
It's just, you and I, man. Yeah.
No, it's improv, right?
Anyway,
Improv.
so Survivor Series is tonight.
Well, let's get to...
What?
We got some big dooms that we didn't even discuss.
Well-
We'll get to Survivor Series in a second.
What?
Seth Rollins ain't got no knee no more.
Yeah, that's part of Survivor Series. I was going into it. Maybe you want to be patient.
Well, no, hold on. We got stuff we haven't covered yet.
All right. Can I start? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Jesus.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, no, he's not here. He can't help us. We're
So-
beyond his help.
Survivor Series is tonight, okay? And for those that are listening to this, it would be the 22nd of November, okay? Survivor Series is tonight, and we're recording it about a couple hours before the event goes off.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock now.
So,
You
what we're
guys are going to hear it when you guys are eating your turkey and your cranberry on Thursday.
Yeah. So, what we're curious about, so obviously, yes, Kryim was correct. Seth Rollins at a live event blew the shit out of his fucking knee.
Bad.
He tore the ACL, the MCL,
And the medial meniscus.
he literally tore everything in your knee that you could tear. Okay? There are 0% muscles that he did not tear in his knee.
So he basically just took his kneecap off his knee.
Yeah. He is fucked. He had surgery and all that shit, but he will not be back. They say for 6 to 9 months. I'm telling you it's going to be a year. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, he's not going to be the same.
No, he's going to have to change up everything. He's going to have to change up his wrestling style. There's no more knees to the head.
No more high-flying, jumping shit.
Yeah, because you can't jump off the top rope and land on your feet. They'll blow out your knee.
Yeah.
Especially not with that massive knee brace he's going to have to wear.
Yeah. Because
I've never been a big Seth Rollins fan. I thought he was a little boring, but it sucks that this happens to anybody, especially when it sucks to a person who made it to the top. And I'm sure you could talk to Daniel Bryan all about it.
I'm telling you, that belt is cursed.
And
right.
let me tell you, like Kryim said earlier, we were talking. He's like, you know what? These guys are working almost every night at this point with live events and all that shit, and they're working twice a night sometimes. The thing is, you look at Seth Rollins and you're like, you know what? He's a young guy. He's healthy. He's clearly in like the best shape of his life.
Sure.
Okay. And you know what? It just doesn't matter because you land the wrong way, and that's it. That is it. And I'm telling you, and I don't want it to be true, but unfortunately, I do believe that's probably going to be it for Seth Rollins because he's not going to be able to go anymore.
Not like he used to.
No. I'm telling you, he's not going to wrestle again. I'm telling you right now. His knee is gone.
He fucked
even
up.
with a brace on.
Yeah.
This isn't Stone Cold Steve Austin we're talking about here, okay? Stone Cold Steve Austin can walk around, do punches and kicks, and he was over already.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins actually does a lot of wrestling moves, okay? You can't just change that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Seriously, try to think of it in your own. Put yourself in his shoes.
Yeah.
Try to think about what moves you would do and how would you wrestle with the fact that you've got this severely bum knee now and you've got to baby that. You can't
do that sidewalk slam.
Yeah, right.
You can't.
You can't.
Well, did you guys see the video from it?
No, I've never seen the video,
No,
and to be honest, I'm not interested in seeing it because I don't like watching this stuff like that.
The thing is that you don't really like his knee buckles. That's all you see.
That's all it takes.
Like you've seen fucking injuries like for example,
I've seen
like
Joe
Sid.
Theismann and shit. And,
Psycho Sid, fucking leg goes wobble wobble wobble. Okay,
Yeah.
so but I've seen and that you know those are bad.
Yeah.
He just did he did a sunset flip. He was going to do a powerbomb. He did the sunset flip, landed funny. It just kind of looked like he had to correct himself because he landed funny.
Yeah.
And that was it. Apparently that was it. You don't really see anything. His knee just kind of goes whoop, whoop, and that's
all it takes.
That's all it takes. That's all it took for me in 9th grade. I was walking right into my living room, and all of a sudden my knee just said, "Nah, I don't want to work anymore.
Not today.
No, it's done."
I mean, and this is a guy who's been working nonstop for what, 3 years now? 4 years?
Than that.
I mean, I'm talking about when I say nonstop. I mean nonstop for the WWE.
Yeah, several times a night at that.
Well, what do you think?
Between being the Shield gimmick and this, it was like how many times did you see him in a night?
Yeah, you get a Shield, which was about 3 years ago, and then because they were around for like 2 to 3 years,
and he was in NXT. He was the first champ, right?
So I mean, he's been going full time probably about 7 years now.
Yeah, and that takes its toll, even on the healthiest of guys, obviously. Because, you know what, he may not look like a Ryback or anything like that, but let me tell you something. Seth Rollins is probably one of the healthiest guys in that fucking locker room.
Probably.
Or at least he was. And, you know what? It just doesn't matter. When your body says enough, that's it. And, anyway, you were going to say, what do you recommend? What were you going to say?
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone.
Honestly, if I was them, I think Seth Rollins would make a very good announcer.
He needs more time on the mic. There's nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, just like with anything, he'd have to practice at it.
But I think if you listen to him talk, I think he would make a very great heel broadcaster.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see what you mean by that. But as far as his mic skills, there's very few guys who can talk on a mic. Okay, Seth Rollins can talk on a mic and stuff but he doesn't have, in my opinion, he doesn't have the personality that is just sets people above. For example, if Undertaker had to get over just on his fucking promos, he would never get over.
Can't get out.
Because there's nothing that I can't remember the last poignant thing that he was just holy shit.
Yeah.
That was...
What a great promo.
What a great promo.
That's why he had Paul Bearer.
Yeah. I mean, Undertaker was all about presence. He's all about character. I mean, that's what I think misses...
To be fair, I don't think it's fair to compare Seth Rollins to The Undertaker. I don't think that's a fair comparison. But if you're going to compare Seth Rollins to somebody of equal footing, I would compare him with... I can compare him with Triple H.
See, I can't do that because Triple H, he can...
Triple H can talk, so can Seth Rollins. I would compare him with Triple H. I think that's a fair comparison. But honestly, I would love to see him work again. I don't think it's going to happen, which is unfortunate because he was getting better and better. He really, really was. Because I before I thought he was boring, and then he started to get more interesting. So hopefully. Best wishes to him. I hope he gets well.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, ask Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's going from doctor to doctor trying to find somebody to okay him to wrestle. Dude, it's not going to happen. Okay, and it's not worth your fucking life.
No. No, you have plenty of money put aside, right? You got
a Bella for a wife.
You got a Bella for a wife
that's still working and making buku buck.
Yeah. What do you got to worry about?
I mean, I understand the passion for something. I do. I understand passion, but dude, it's not one bad bump and you are paralyzed.
Open up a wrestling school. If you can't get away from the business, you're telling me are you kidding me? Could you imagine how many people just throw thousands of dollars to have to be trained by Daniel Bryan?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Christ. But in the vein of Survivor Series. Okay. In the vein. In the vein of every pay-per-view that we talk about. We're going to do our picks real quick.
The hot picks.
The hot picks. Oh, because in case you haven't been watching, if you haven't, why are you listening to us? There is now a tournament for the vacated WWE title. Mm-hmm. So there's been tournaments, and so far through all the matches, which have been pretty decent actually.
They're just done wrong, in my opinion.
The brackets were done wrong, but right now, so the semifinal matches are Roman Reigns and Del Rio and then there's Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. Okay. I think, unfortunately, it's sloppy writing because we all know it's going to be Ambrose and Roman Reigns in the finals.
Yes.
And they've also been leaking who they believe will go over tonight.
They think Dean is going over.
I think I'm going Roman, but
No.
I am.
I'm not. He's not ready. He's still not
ready.
ready.
It's a wrestling report that was saying
that. I've read many reports that say like they don't give a shit. They're just going to do it.
I wouldn't.
That's WWE though.
I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. It's not that Roman hasn't worked his ass off. He clearly has, okay? The man... Oh, yeah. It's not that he hasn't earned it. That's not what I'm saying.
I've seen him work 3 times in a night. Yeah. Multiple weeks.
The man's putting the work in. It's not that he hasn't earned it or doesn't deserve it or anything like that. I'm just saying he's not the man. He's just not. I'm not saying he's Ambrose is, but I'm...
face of the company.
You're not going to... He's not.
He's not the next big thing.
No, he's not. And neither is Ambrose, to be fair.
But there's something but because he's that
Ambrose
as they
got
call
that
him,
edge. He's got that insane
he's got the personality.
He has a personality. Roman Reigns doesn't really have much of a personality.
Roman Reigns has got that dark, brooding, I'm going to
lunatic
kick your ass,
fringe.
kick your personality. But no,
Dean Ambrose is fun.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know. But anyway, so we think Roman Reigns and then Ambrose in the finals. I like Ambrose to go over for the title.
I like Roman.
It's going to be Ambrose.
I like Ambrose to go over dirty for the title. I like Ambrose to turn heel and go over for the title.
That would make sense.
So that's just me.
That would make sense.
So
Dante, what do you say about?
No, I'm with Big Dick over here. I'm definitely saying it's probably going to be Ambrose.
Do you think it's going to be dirty or clean?
I could see it being dirty. I mean that would also make it would make the storyline more believable.
Interesting. Yeah, believable. Yeah.
It's the only way I'd buy. Or that's the only way I'd buy Ambrose.
Plus, he's a better heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you need to make Roman the baby if you're eventually making him the face, because the face is always the baby.
Yeah. You want to throw everybody for a loop? Put the belt on Rio.
No, they're not going to do that.
I mean, they already did that off the bat with the other one.
They can put the belt on Owens. Which I would also be okay with.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
A double champion, a double heel, intercontinental, and heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Then you can do like a whole thing like I'm better than Cena because
I have both.
I had the intercontinental, screw the U.S. title, you know.
But, okay, so that's it. We got Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. Yawn, but Ziggler. Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Tyler Breeze has got the right gimmick with the right girl.
No, pairing him with Summer Rae was great.
They just need to come, You
mean the guy who's doing Too Hot Steve Scott's gimmick? Who, oh my God, man, kudos and shout out to him. When he did that selfie.
The selfie tongue bomb?
Oh my God.
Does a selfie to the outside as he does a suicide dive, the selfie side dive.
And somebody caught the perfect photo of him actually clicking it as he was coming off the top rope.
Genius.
It hit all the boards and, yeah.
So we're all on Ziggler, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Ziggler on that.
So then we got there is a traditional Survivor Series elimination match, but they have not told us who the participants are.
I could go. Let me guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So 5, right?
No, you had both teams.
5 on 5.
Yeah, 5 on 5.
So I'm going to go with the New Day because that's easy.
That's 3.
That's 3.
Let's go with King Barrett and Sheamus.
Okay.
Versus the Usos.
All right.
And whoever the other two are fucking feuding with.
Let's see.
Neville.
The
Yep.
Usos, Neville.
And you can put R-Truth in
Ryback.
there. Or Ryback.
Ryback and somebody. Didn't say, yeah, so Neville, Ryback, the Usos, and
R-Truth?
You could put R-Truth.
You could plug in R-Truth. Everybody loves R-Truth.
Who doesn't?
Okay. Everybody loves R-Truth. All right. Charlotte versus Paige for the championship. Number one, this should be a very good match.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Speaking of that match, though, let's talk for a brief second about the heat that's going on right now. About the line that was said on Monday night's contract signing, where Reed Flair, the brother of Charlotte and the son of Ric Flair, the one who has passed away due to drug abuse, was brought up multiple times
by Charlotte.
At first.
Yeah.
And then at the final line of the contract signing, Paige turns to him, "I guess your little brother didn't have enough fight in him, now did he?" And at that point, I'm like, "Oh, that's."
Like, all right, so Charlotte and Paige talked about it before they went out. They did, because you just don't do that off the cuff.
I read that Charlotte and Reed's mother was very disgusted and very upset about what was said and how it was done, and she actually tweeted it.
Yes, Mrs. Flair and Mr. Flair, Rick, both weren't really involved on what that was
on that decision. Rick, if I'm not mistaken, Rick didn't really like. It's not that he didn't care. He just thought he understood why they did it.
Well, because he's part of the business,
Yeah.
he gets it. Shoot is shoot.
Yeah, he got it. He says he wouldn't have went that way, but he understands. He also understands that Charlotte's not in a position right now where she can rock the boat.
Yeah.
She kind of felt that she had to do it.
And I'm sure he understands that Paige, I wouldn't be surprised if Paige didn't want to do that.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm going to make fun of your dead brother. That's
can we not do that?
I mean, really, did, Big Boss Man really want to...
interrupt Big Show's...
and
drag the casket away with Big Show on it?
I mean, did we really want to go there? I mean, if you want to go to some lows... If you want to go to some lows that WWE has gone to...
You're a big nasty bastard, and your mama just said so! He was so excited.
I mean, what are other some really bad taste things that they've done?
You mean when Triple H dressed as Kane to fuck a mannequin in a casket in a funeral home?
That could be part of it. Yeah.
Which the story goes is that they didn't really shut down the funeral home, so here's an actual funeral wake that's going on, and people are passing by the room of this actually happening inside the room. So it was kind of uncomfortable.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to wrestling, folks. Welcome to the wonderful circus called wrestling.
There's plenty of tasteless angles. I
know, but I'm just saying.
Here's the thing. It's not so much an angle. I mean, there's a one-liner, okay? And I don't think they'll revisit it again. It did what it needed to do.
Or they could, because, they went after CM Punk and his family, and his father was an alcoholic, and his sister was a drug addict.
CM Punk did it when he fucked around with Paul Bear's ashes in the urn. Everybody.
They always go for that shock and awe. And awe.
It's different because it's women, because everybody hasn't seen that before. Everybody's seen the edginess when it comes to guys, but to see women actually hit that level?
And that really goes to show that most of wrestling is written by men, because women are catty and will stoop that low at any moment that it'll serve them or the purpose at the time.
I would say that it fulfilled its purpose. It did what it needed to do, and this should be a really good match. Honestly, I like Paige to go over.
I like Charlotte.
I think they're going to go with Charlotte.
I don't put the belt on her just to take it off.
No, but I'd like to do an ongoing feud. He can only have an ongoing feud unless Paige goes over.
No, you could do that. I mean,
you could still do it, because Paige will just keep coming at her because she feels it's her belt.
This is not the blow off. This
is just the tip of the
Survivor
iceberg.
Series, though. I mean, this is a big one.
No, this is the tip of the iceberg. It's the blow off probably going to happen at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the setup. This is the ongoing.
Okay, and then we have the Brothers of Destruction versus the Wyatt family.
Which
is Wyatt and Strowman, by the way.
I think they really dropped the ball on this one.
I don't know what they're doing.
Let me explain my theory.
You know the brothers are going to go over Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah, of course they're going to. Here's my theory on this. You have what you're trying to build up for Survivor Series, okay?
Yeah.
You want to build up the Wyatt family as a credible threat to the Brothers of Destruction. You have them beat down The Undertaker, drag him off. You have them beat down Kane the next night, drag him off, okay?
Yeah.
Now you want to build up this really great fucking match. Brothers of Destruction come into the ring on Monday night a couple weeks ago
and
decimate the entire fucking Wyatt family. 4 members.
Yeah.
All 4 members of the Wyatt family.
These are not small people, by
Not
the
small
way.
people. They laid them out.
Yeah.
Why would I buy a fucking ticket for 2? 2 on 2? I just watched them be 2 on 4.
Yeah,
Why would I fucking pay for that?
I just watched Kane and Undertaker.
Aren't you glad you're only paying $9.99?
Yeah, $9.99. Yeah. But here's the thing: you have a built-in Survivor Series style match, a built-in. And
you just need 2. You just need 2 partners for
partners
Undertaker and Kane.
Undertaker and Kane. You know what? I know Godfather could probably just dust up the old Papa Shango gimmick. You know, if they want to do old school versus new school,
that'd be great.
You could do Boogeyman and Papa Shango and fucking the Brothers of Destruction, and I guarantee you, everybody go nuts, ape shit. But no, we're not gonna do that. You have 4 members of the Wyatt family.
I have a feeling
because
something interesting is going to happen during that match. I don't know why I feel that way. Everybody says, Brothers of Destruction going over, and they're probably right. But something's going to happen during that match. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I get this weird feeling that
you just got some wishful thinking there.
I think you got gas.
From the brats, bro?
Yeah, is it them brats?
The brats.
I tell you what, that's not. It's going to be exactly what people expect it to be, and then that's going to be it. Wyatt family loses another fucking feud that they start, and they're taking one of their best talkers
and just burying him
and burying them. It's to the point where people don't want to care what he says anymore
because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They do the what chants after everything he says. People used to hang on his words.
Yeah, and now it doesn't matter because he loses.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to win.
He needs to win a whole bunch right now to get that, to get the pushback up. Otherwise, nobody's going to give a shit about
Wrestling fans are fickle, and if they can't back the winner, they don't want to back you.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. How is not one single member of the Wyatt family in the fucking tournament? Not one. And you got fucking people like Ryback and people like fucking not Sin Cara, Kalisto, who's a great competitor. Don't get me wrong, but
he's
the tag team guy.
wrestler.
How come not one member of the Wyatt family is in that fucking tournament?
That kind of blew my mind. Like they were trying to do like the Cinderella story, but why? There was no reason to. Yeah. He's a tag team wrestler. You have a whole bunch of singles wrestler guys that could have fucking filled that spot.
Yeah, well, you couldn't. I mean, you're not going to put Strowman in because you don't want to destroy that mystique yet.
Right.
Put Harper in.
Harper, fucking Rowan.
Either of those guys. I mean, shit. Why not just put Bray in? I mean, he'd lose anyway because you're burying him. But put Bray in the fucking tournament and have him make it to the fucking semis or even to the finals and face Roman Reigns again.
I don't understand their writing. I don't.
Hey, we suffer the same woes in the indie wrestling area.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Champs and you're not booked.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. That's all. I understand that they were not expecting Seth Rollins to blow out his knee. Of course, they had different plans. I can get that, okay? And I understand that this tournament was rushed. I get it. But you have a legion of fucking writers and not one person says, hey, this really great talker for this family that when, was really over, why don't we put him in the tournament,
because
maybe?
you could have brought him all the way to the finals. If you were still going to put the belt on Roman, you could have him all the way to the finals. Because they had a feud.
Yeah.
Fucking one side had Bray, one side had fucking Roman. Go all the way to the end and fucking just Bray doing the whole fucking thing. Get to the end and then he loses.
Yeah.
But I mean, like...
Come on!
Why am I writing this just fucking off the cuff?
Jesus!
I'm not even getting paid for this.
Come on, man. Anyway, why don't you guys talk about the Fat Frank show? Tell us about it.
It was a good show. It was a very long show. We got there about 4:30. We were able to set up our stuff about 5:30. Doors opened at about 6. They were running a little late, but considering the amount of stuff and people that were there that had to set up, it makes sense. Plus, also, maybe one of the talent was late, and that's why they had to push the autograph signing late. They had so many people show up for the autograph signings that they had to postpone the show a little bit. They had to push the show back.
Wow.
So, I would say the show, the first bell hit probably about 9 o'clock.
That's late.
Well, because they also had the huge memorial in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, everything started about 20 to 9.
Okay.
We walked out and did the 10-bell salute ringside, all of us previous workers.
And they had
and that was about 10 of.
And they had like a 5 to 10 minute video.
Oh my God. Here we are, a whole bunch of, all these tough wrestlers just sniffling and crying ringside because it's just all this wonderful video of Frank and him enjoying food, which was one of the biggest loves of his life next to his wife and his kids.
Yeah.
He loved food. Oh, boy.
He loved to cook. He loved to grill. He loved to grill and barbecue.
Yeah.
They just had a bunch of videos of him grilling and barbecuing.
And then the old pictures of the bingo hall in Bayonne and some of the hardcore shots from that. And it was done very well, and it was very heartfelt. And as far as the crowd, I don't think they could have fit any more people in there. I mean, like, almost every seat was taken. And as I said, the show started at 9 o'clock, and everybody stayed. Intermission started at 10 o'clock, and they had autograph signings during intermission, which meant that it went until about 11.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The second half did not start until 11 o'clock. None of the fans left. That place was still packed at 11 o'clock at night. The main event, people, let me tell you, that match started at 12:17 a.m., and nobody left that building. It was packed. Not one person. I mean, there was little ones there. There were infants there. I mean, nobody left the show. They stayed to watch that last match with Low Ki and Rey Mysterio. And that match started at 12:17. Because that's when me and Kryim actually had to say, we're done.
Yeah, I had to
we
tap.
tapped.
Gotta go.
Our voices were shot. I mean, I sound just like I do right now. It's pretty much what we sounded like at the end of the show. Again, my bad. It was my job to splice it this week. I've been very sick with a flu or something. But it will get done this week, and it will go up. And, Pierre and Jeff and everybody else that was involved in that show.
Can't say
oh,
enough
my
good things.
God, what an amazing event it was. And, again...
professionalism.
It goes to show what kind of love the fans had for JAP, because again, they were there well after midnight waiting to see that last match, and you do not see that in any other indie out there. No. I mean, PWS is probably a close second to that, but I don't even think their fans would stay until 12 o'clock at night to see a show dedicated to somebody that gave so much to the independent wrestling scene and started off so many names in this business that are currently up in the NXT roster or up in the WWE roster or ROH or, just guys that nobody would have ever taken a second look at.
Yeah. Frank gave almost everybody a shot. He'll look at lumps of coal and be like, all right, let's see if you got a diamond in there, and he would just see what happened. I can't say enough good things about that show, the JAP show. I can't. The professionalism of everybody in the locker room. First and foremost, you had all the old gen show up for the 10-bell salute.
Yeah,
and some of these guys I haven't seen in 15 years or so.
Yeah,
and some just like I didn't even recognize them.
Eric Corvus was one of them. Remember the guy that kept coming over and shaking everybody's hand, and we were like, "Who the hell is that guy?" Yeah. I was like, "Holy crap!" And then when I realized it was him, when I saw the Facebook picture.
Yeah.
Sorry, brah. I mean, really, you take them out of their gear. It's like us at Ren Fair. If we don't see each other in garb, we don't recognize each other outside of it. And it's the same thing with wrestling. You're so used to seeing each other in gear that when they're out there cleaned up and wearing kayfabe glasses all night and a nice suit and all, what?
I mean,
it's crazy.
They brought out Gabriella Lee, who was the original quote unquote queen of JAP. Okay, and she hasn't been. I don't know if anybody's seen her since like 2001.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I don't know where the fuck they dusted her off of, but if they didn't tell me who it was, I would have never known who she was.
Gabriella, what was her name?
You won't be able to look her up.
Okay.
She's like, I don't think she has anything to do with the business anymore. But
Gabriella Lee.
Yeah.
This should be good. Hold on.
Yeah, all right. We're vamping.
We're vamping. Well, no, I mean, she's got no image. Hold on.
Nope. No, she used to do a schoolgirl gimmick.
None of the things. All right,
yeah.
never mind.
I mean, like they had fucking Chino Martinez came out.
Yeah,
haven't seen him in a fucking decade. You had Rick Silver came out. Fucking
Grandmaster B was there.
Grandmaster B was there. Southern Storm Chad Stevens was there.
Countess Noir was there.
You had.
I would have paid real money for you to put that singlet back on.
Nobody wants to see me put the singlet back on. All right, that is an embarrassing singlet to wear. I can't wear freestyle. It's
a little low. It's a little
low cut.
It's a little tight.
Got a little Borat thing happening. I like.
But if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much all we got right now.
Well, let's. There's also another thing about the credible threat of ISIS on the Survivor Series. By the time you folks hear this, it'll already be happened, whether one way or another.
Yeah. We hope that everybody is safe and sound after the pay-per-view tonight.
Yeah.
And, much love and prayers to Paris and the people of France.
Absolutely.
I feel bad that happened, and it's total bullshit. And people don't feed into the hype. Don't feed into the fear.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of, talking about these Syrian refugees and shit like that, and how we don't want them here. That's bullshit, okay?
They're not our They're not the ones that we have to worry about. It's our homegrown is what we need to worry about.
Don't buy into the fear.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Live your lives like you do every day.
Every day.
Then that's how we defeat them. Don't let them stop you from doing what you love.
That's the real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, another thing I'd like to bring up is Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I know there's 2 GoFundMes out there. One was put up by his lawyers and his family, which is the one we're not pushing right now. And the one that we are pushing is the GoFundMe Support Snuka.
Yes.
Again, GoFundMe Support Snuka. It is strictly for his health and his medical bills. And I'm telling you, people, please, we're begging you. Time is of the essence. Jimmy is not doing well. He's not doing well at all. And, the stress from other things in his life are not helping, which is not what we want to focus on anymore. We are focusing purely on his health and his well-being. And please give what you can at the GoFundMe. We have rewards going from $5 all the way up to $150. We got wonderful packages of 8x10s, rare trading cards that he signed. We're working on possibly something with Funko Pop. We're working on getting personal, a certain run of T-shirts just for this. If you haven't joined, we're on Facebook. Also, look up Support Snuka on Facebook. And again, please, one more time, GoFundMe, Support Snuka. Please, anything that you can give. Time is of the essence, and we really need to help him pay off some of these bills because stomach cancer is no joke, and it's one of the harder ones to bounce back with, and he's having a really rough time of it. Also, if you go to our Facebook page, Facebook Support Snuka, please leave your stories of when you've met him, or if you want to leave him a get well, anything. If you want to videotape a personal message, we will make sure it gets to him. And that's my plea.
If you can't donate anything, please just reshare the page. Just forward it along.
Get the word out, please.
If you can't, like I say, you can't donate. We'll take whatever we can get, which is please just forward it along. Make sure everybody sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
I mean, if you have shared a locker room with Jimmy Superfly Snuka, help out. This is a man that helped innovate the industry you're in now. Personal reasons aside, he's sick and he needs our help. If you're a fan and you've met him and shook his hand, and I heard a wonderful story from a nice guy that we talked to last week.
Yeah.
At the show, and he was talking about how Jimmy didn't judge him or look down on him because of maybe maybe some physical ailments or whatever he may have had, and Jimmy made him feel cared about and special. And that's what a lot of people say about Jimmy, is that he will take time and speak with each fan and really make them feel like he's your friend, and he does genuinely care about every fan that he has, and he needs the love of his fans and of the workers that he's been with to help him get better. Just a good, positive, healthy vibe, you know?
Yeah.
How are we doing on the 8-Bit Legends? just got.
That was a harsh transition, dude.
I'm not.
Jesus Christ!
Just
anyway.
Thanks for saying what I was talking about. I was like, well, yeah, now you're done with that. Yeah, what's going on 8-Bit Legend? Well, yeah. You're awesome.
Support Snuka.
Support Snuka.
Support with the 8-Bit Legends. Support Snuka.
Okay, so 8-Bit Legends is doing very well. We're enjoying it. I'm been a little tired lately because of work as well as doing the stream. But we're in a transition phase right now. By the way, if you don't know what this is, it's a Twitch stream. It's on twitch.tv, 8-Bit Legends. We basically, it's me and Kryim, both Big Dick Gideon and Kryim, who wear different hats.
We have different hats.
I'm not involved in this because I'm not very good at video games. So I like watching them. I just can't really play them.
Yeah, but if you want to check us out, go right ahead. Our schedule is usually Tuesday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and sometimes Saturdays. And we usually stream usually between 7 p.m. to like midnight Eastern Standard Time. That's
depending on when you get out of work.
Depending when I get out of work.
Yeah.
So, come give us a follow. Come drop, say hi, and watch us fuck around while we play games.
We're getting close to 100 follows, and if we get 100 follows, then we do a drunk show.
Yes,
and yes, we will be getting hammered.
I might actually sit in for that one.
Getting hammered, playing classic video games, playing newer video games, and just seeing what kind of debauchery and fun could be had.
Well, you can't do debauchery. That's against the terms of service.
Well, I mean, like, we can just say fuck, because we're probably going to say fuck a lot.
There will not be any boobs on this podcast.
That's against TOS.
Yeah. But we'll put a link for you guys on the Blind Tag Facebook page, and you can find us on Facebook at Facebook the Blind Tag Podcast.
That is correct.
Believe.
Yes, that's true.
But that should be it. So for Kryim and for Dante, I am Big Dick Gideon.
I feel like we're missing something.
We're not.
Support Snuka! Support Snuka!
I think we're missing something.
Support Snuka!
We'll see you all next week.
But I think we're missing something.
What are we missing?
I don't know. I just feel like we're missing something.